Welcome to your weekly energy download. I'm here to help you understand the collective energy that's moving through all of us right now. Think of it like emotional weather that we can all feel. When we name it and understand it, we can work with it instead of against it. We're going to look at what energy we just moved through, what's showing up now as our invitation to grow, and how you can use this information to navigate your week with more flow and less resistance. Let's dive in.
There's your chart. You can do so by scanning the QR code here. It will bring you to a chart that looks something like this once you put in your details. And then by going to the little person with a Saturn ring around it, you will see your overlay of the transit. So this will give you access. Eventually, I'm going to put this on my website so that you can pull this chart on a special landing page and have access to this. But for now, we're using the Bodygraph app until I have the bandwidth and space to do that. What you'll see here is green and blue lines. Anything that is highlighted in green as a gate, this is energy that you are receiving from the transit, from the planetary positions of where they are in the gates right now. Anything that is blue is infinitely you. These were gifts that your soul chose to help you fulfill your soul and life purpose here in this incarnation. So the energy that we were just in was gate 53 and 54 energy. So we have just come out of a cycle that was all about beginnings and ambition. The 53-54 energy encouraged us to initiate something new, from vision to behavior to mindset. You may have felt really moved or stirred by fresh ideas, or felt a deeper drive to just evolve, to grow. But with that came the temptation to do the most, to start lots of things. And in the shadow, this energy can feel impulsive or sometimes even greed driven, which can lead to starting too much or chasing too hard. And the gift of this energy, it was grounded initiation and sacred aspiration. You rise by staying rooted. And so the last reflection that I'm going to leave you with for this cycle is, what was one seed I planted that I now choose to water slowly, intentionally, with joy? All right, so that was the energy that we were in. And now let's get into where are we now? So as I mentioned, we have 62, which is the gate of details in our sun. We also have gate 61 in our earth. And this is this dance between logic and mystery. This current energy invites us to explore what we know and what we feel in our bones, but can't explain. Gate 62 wants to organize the pieces and communicate clearly. This is in our throat. Gate 61 wants to connect to deeper truth, even if it doesn't make sense right away. Together, this transit calls us to honor both the mind, because the 61 is in our head, it's a mind energy, and the mystery. To speak with clarity without forcing understanding, to really ground our downloads into language with the help of that 62, but not over explain our magic. So, gate 62 specifically, this is energy that really helps you bring order to chaos. It's the logical, meticulous, clear communicator. It supports turning abstract ideas into tangible language or frameworks. In the shadow, it can get nitpicky, overly mental, or obsessed with being right. My 5 lines, if you have a 5 line in this energy, careful with that. We get so bogged down in being right sometimes. In the gift, It's about precision, pattern recognition, and clear expression. So some questions that I want to leave you for reflection with the 62 are: what wants to be said, but with clarity and compassion? Am I explaining to connect or to convince? And what's one thing I can simplify this week, right? 62 is the gate of details. We can get lost in all of the details. So what's one thing that I can simplify this week? Then in our earth, balancing that energy, we have gate 61. It's the gate of inner truth. This is a deep inner knowing, the mystery, the insight, the sacred pause before breakthrough. It's connected to inspiration and inner guidance. In the shadow, this energy gets stuck in psychosis, looping thoughts, needing proof, overthinking to the point of disconnection. This is a gate that asks, why? And in the gift, it's pure inspiration, the kind that comes in stillness, dreams, or divine downloads, asking ourselves that what's the bigger picture here kind of question. Because in that shadow, this gate can really turn into why me? Why is this happening right now? And getting lost in that kind of negative aspect. So some questions that I want to leave you with this 61 energy. What truth do I feel but struggle to explain? Where am I trying to prove something instead of trusting it? And what part of me needs space to just be with the unknown, right? There's this quote that I love where it says, there's nothing wrong with the present moment unless you think about it. The unknown, the future, the getting caught in the details of all the stuff we may not have together and sorted right now, that's the stuff that takes up mental space and energy that we need to be feeling into, that we need to either be responding to as generators, that we need to be waiting for the invitations for as projectors. And when those things aren't happening, being okay with the unknown and trusting that we came here to be in this feedback loop. At no point are we just sitting really doing nothing. We're always, when we rest, we're letting the universe know we are getting our vibration ready for more things to respond to, for more things to take action on that are aligned. And we get to use our strategy and authority to help guide us there. So those are your 62 and 61 energy pieces. And so just what's going to help overall this week is really honoring logic and intuition, right? That balance. Your words are more powerful when they are rooted in truth. Communicating with clarity. Say what you mean. No fluff, no armor. I've realized with my core wound, so many times I fluff stuff up more than it needs to because I'm afraid, when actually that just confuses things. Taking space to integrate is definitely going to be helpful this week. Oh, yes, fireworks. The technology agreed with me there. Insights land in stillness, not in urgency. That head center where the 61 is, if you have openness there, you receive a lot of outside pressure and it becomes amplified in your head. It's a pressure to think. So don't give in to that urgency. Insight lands in stillness, letting ideas breathe, right? You don't need to finish the thought right away. I have found myself so many times with my open ajna lately when I find myself like, oh, I was about to say something and I lost it. Just letting it go and just being like, whatever needs to finish this thought is going to come through if it's important enough to, when it's important enough to. And then the last one is just trusting the timing of understanding. So you don't need proof for what your spirit already knows. As I mentioned to Dr. Monique, we are vibrational beings. So sometimes we feel that we're going in the right direction, even if the 3D may not necessarily match up with what we were envisioning in our mind. What might trip you up is going to be explaining too much too fast. Remember what I was saying with the 62 and all the details? Some wisdom isn't ready to be shared just yet. That's up to you and your strategy and authority to trust the timing of when to deliver that. Overly relying on logic. I say this all the time, but this is especially true for this week. Not everything has to make sense to be real. Getting stuck in those mental loops. When your mind spins, the body just needs to ground, whether that's it's summertime here in North America. Pretty sure everyone's in North America right now. So getting outside, putting your feet on bare earth. When you feel yourself having that heat, having that mental looping start to happen, having thoughts that just keep bringing more resistance, that's like literally a signpost, a red flag to drop, if you have to, back into your heart, putting your hands on your heart and just getting into your body and grounding in that. Ignoring your intuition might trick you up this week. We literally have the gate of inner truth in our sun, in our earth right now. So there's going to be a lot of downloads trying to come through. If it feels off, trust it, even without the evidence. Just observe and continue to feel your way through it. Don't logic your way through it, because we, again, are vibrational beings. Our energy frequency is everything, especially in what we are attracting. And then, of course, forcing premature clarity. So let the mystery guide the message. 61 in some circles is also known as the gate of mystery, inner knowing, inner truth, all of these esoteric kind of things. And insight, as we find, unfolds in layers. There's usually these pieces that have to all come together. So don't force that premature clarity. This week is a sacred invitation to speak from the soul and pause before you push. You are allowed to not know it all. You are allowed to trust what doesn't have words yet. And you are allowed to take your time with truth. Whether you're here to teach, express, reflect, or simply be, your voice matters more when it is aligned with your knowing. So breathe, trust, and speak when you're ready to. And remember that clarity is a frequency. You don't chase it, you become it. Next Tuesday, we will be here doing next week's energy report, talking about wrapping up this energy, moving into next week's energy. I also want to make you aware that tomorrow we have Wisdom Wednesdays, which is heart seat coaching. It's literally an hour every 2 weeks where you come, you bring your questions about your chart, your gene keys, your inner child work pieces, even clients' charts, if you want to take a look there. And you can really get some one-to-one style coaching with me. It is in a group setting, but you can really get those one-to-one answers with me and really get the insights that are going to help you align with your truth and help your clients align with their truth. Also want to let you know or remind you that the Alignment Lounge is open on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Shayla came. It was awesome to see her in the space. I'm so excited for that space to continue to grow. This is where collaborations are born, where we get to network, where we get to know each other in the more 3D worky style sense and become better referral partners for each other. And then lastly, I just want to remind you that we do have the Spleen Center deep dive series coming up on August 6th. So yes, that is coming up next month. I just wanted to throw that out there. We do have some more stuff happening this month, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
Every Tuesday morning, we gather live in Limitless University for what I call our weekly energy alignment. We start by celebrating wins because your victories matter and deserve to be witnessed. Then we dive into the week's collective energy together, and we close in gratitude, setting the foundation for a week of flow and alignment. The transit report you just heard is one piece of our hour-long gathering. And there's something really special about experiencing this energy work in real time with other humans who get it. You can join us at diamonddripconsulting.com, and you can also find that link in the show notes.